All right, we'll go outside today. We're going to have a walkthrough from a practice standpoint, just due to the short week and the travel getting back. Injury report rather clean at this point. No new updates for you, injury-wise, to discuss at any length at least. So that's what I have for you, and I'll turn it over to you with your questions.
Sean, I wanted to start off by addressing yesterday's news regarding Terry and some of those allegations. Has there been any vibe in the locker room reaction among your players, or have you felt the need to address that at all internally?
Well, we put out an internal thing yesterday here with the leadership group, and in the 6 years, now going on 7 years that I've known Terry Pagula, that is not his character, and that's not the man that I know. So.
Hey, Sean, what about Josh Allen's approach and maturity allows him to turn the page so quickly while also learning from the mistakes on Monday night?
Yeah, Josh is extremely resilient. We've been through this experience before in terms of having to, reset after a game like that, and that's what I expect him to do fully.
Is that kind of like the past and the experiences that you lean on? Because everybody I've bumped into the last couple of days, the sky's falling in Buffalo. But just as unnerving as that performance overall was, what do you lean on to reassure yourself that this team will bounce back?
Well, it's early in the season, number one. I've been through a number of years around the NFL, so thankfully they don't stack all the games into week one, that you get a chance to come back the next week and develop and make the adjustments you have to make. So that's what we're focused on right now, and going out here to practice and get ready for a good football team. Yeah, they've been professional. Everyone looks at the game and says, "Hey, this is what they look at themselves first and say, this is what I could have done better," and I think that's the right approach. And then we move forward as a team, and we've got to do some things better. There's a lot that we did do well, but at the same time, there's things that we've got to do better as we move forward here and build for the season throughout the year.
Sean, in terms of obviously the decision making was a problem when he threw the ball, but the two plays that I want to point out were the running plays where he refused to go out of bounds when he had the easy out, and then he's jumping over a defender on another play. How many times do you have to tell him before he will learn that lesson? And has it gotten frustrating for you that he doesn't seem to listen to that point that you're probably trying to make to him?
Well, he's competitive. I know that. We all know that, right? And you see it in full display every weekend. And those are conversations that have been had and will be, will continue to take place. And at the end of the day, he's got to do it, because I'm not out there running the ball or throwing the ball in this case. And I know the two plays you're referring to, and probably a couple others that he had a chance. He should have gone out of bounds. And again, it gets back to, as Josh and I have discussed, being a great decision maker. That not only means where you throw the ball, but also what you do when the ball's in your hands, just overall, and living to play another down, whether it's with the ball in your hand, running it, or throwing it. So it's just being a great decision maker, and I know he has that ability. I've seen him do it.
Sean, is it easier said than done to make those changes for Josh?
Well, everyone deals with their own challenges. In this case, Josh has a lot of good, and we've all seen that. We've seen the talent, we've seen the competitiveness. So everyone has things that they're working on. In this case, Josh is working on these areas of his game, and I fully expect him to make the adjustment.
Are there other ways he can work on that, because his competitive nature, besides just hearing it from you guys, whether it's practice on the sidelines, are there other methods that can help him?
There are, and just like with any athlete, we try and attack the problem from a lot of different angles, or the challenge from a lot of different angles, and help the player, in this case Josh, as much as we can. And then there's a piece where he has to do it on his own too. We can only do so much, and then he's got to make the adjustment on his own as well. So this game and this team mean a lot to him, and that game he wants back, like we all do, and so. I just know when he's had situations like this come up before, he's reset and rebounded and come out better the next game because of it, and that's what we're focused on now.
Sean, can you walk us through a little bit what resetting means to you when you talk about his need to reset?
Well, to me, it's a mental skill, right? In the course of performance, for those of us that are in the arena, that play and coach, and you go through 65 plays on average, and you're going to come across a player or two that doesn't go the way that you want it to go, and so you have to have the mental ability to reset and get yourself back as soon as possible. And that's not just a personal thing or a selfish thing. That's what your teammates need the very next play, because if you're mentally hijacked that very next play, then you're not being the teammate that they need you to be. And so in this case, I expect that Josh will reset in this case after a game like that, in particular second half, and then come back better this week.
John, what did you make of, after you watched the film of Torrance's debut in there? He looked like he held up pretty well against a pretty good front.
He did, yeah. I mean, again, really nothing new to report from a respect standpoint for Saibo. I mean, there was some plays where you're saying, yeah, he's a young player and he struggled a little bit on that play, but then there's other plays where you're saying, hey, he was pretty poised in that situation just over the course of the entire game against that type of front, and that's in that environment as well.
But you only get on a game like that against a line like that for his first start, right? That's not going to get much.
Yeah, we threw him in a little bit, right? But he just the one thing I love about him is his poise. He doesn't seem to be shaken by those type of challenges, and in particular an environment like that.
John, one of the things that kind of follow up on that about Torrance is, looked like he was very demonstrative in communicating. Is that something you took away from that game, his ability in that environment in particular?
Yeah.
To communicate with everybody else.
Well, when you play that position, and sometimes a silent count gets involved there, and so he's multitasking in certain situations there, and when we had to use silent count, and that's again a lot for a young player to handle and manage and still play at a high level, and so he's off to a good start.
Along those kind of same lines, Sean, what did you think of Kincaid and his first taste of the real thing?
Yeah, similar look in his eye, Jay. I felt like it wasn't too big for him, and that's been the case to this point anyway as well, and now we got to build on it, really, for both of them.
Sean, the issue of artificial turf has come up as a result of what happened with the speed to the Meadowlands and what happened here. What are your thoughts just on grass? There's a renewed push for having all grass fields in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm a big fan personally of grass fields. I feel like overall that's what I think that's what the players want. I just get the gist that that's what the feeling that that's what they want. But at the end of the day, I get it. I appreciate the NFL's attention to making the fields as safe as possible.
Sean, Raiders did not allow the sack to Denver.
Yeah.
How much is that Jimmy's experience? How much is that the scheme up front?
No, they do a good job. They've got weapons, outside as well, and they've got speed and then power with the running back, and Jimmy does a great job. Obviously he's been with Josh for some time when they were in New England together there, so they have a history, and I thought their offense really played well, executed well, and it'll be a big challenge for us.
With all the elite pass rushers in the NFL, do people talk enough about how good Max Crosby is?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet Max when I was at the NFL Honors. I believe it was Max's maybe rookie year. I think he won an award. Maybe did he win Defensive Rookie of the Year? Maybe his first season. Anyway, we met in an elevator there, and I was very impressed with him as a person, just how humble he was, how down to earth he was, and so his success since that point in time is of no surprise to me, and I'm sure that many that know him well, I don't, but I've just heard great things about him and his habits and his off-season regimen and everything.
Sean, going off that, what is it about Christian Benford that just seems to have, for a sixth-round pick coming out of a small school, maybe he doesn't have all the physical talents, but he just seems to have something in him that has made him successful?
Well, I think the one play that sums it all up for me, at least, is the play where he made the effort play chasing down the running back. I mean, you want to talk about a play that should be shown on SportsCenter when we're trying to teach our kids habits and proper habits, and those are the plays to me that need to be shown to kids when you're trying to teach. I've got young kids trying to teach them, hey, this is how you play the game. This is how you live your life. He outworked people, and the result of it was it saved us 4 points at the end of the day because it saved the touchdown. We gave up the field goal there, but I think that's what should be written about. That's what should be on television if we're teaching our kids and teaching the society the right way.
Is he the quietest player on the team?
He might be. Yeah, he might be. He's definitely not one of the more talkative ones, that's for sure.
What did you see out of Leonard Floyd in the game and just, his first game with golf?
You said Leonard Floyd, yeah. I thought he was very active. I really did. Play with great energy, assignment sound, and he was in their backfield, used his hands well in block protection, excuse me, but he was active really all night.
What area did you feel you improved most to avoid some of the struggles you had in the first half offensively?
Well, I just think overall there's a lot that goes into that, and I think just the run and pass working together a little bit better and establishing a line of scrimmage. You want to be able to do that early in the game and then a clean pocket. I mean, all of that is how you play good offensive football, and I think you want to get off to a better start, and we didn't get off to a great start in that regard. I thought we did a good job getting the ball out of Josh's hands, and I think in the first half Josh was like 17 for 20-some, low 20 number, and but having said all that, there's other things that we wanted to get done maybe in that first half early in the game that we didn't get done well enough. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Sean.